So now we're going to talk about spheres. So you can think of a sphere like a ball, a basketball. It's the distance, this radius, we talked about that with circles, but it's every point in a three-dimensional sphere away a certain distance, r, from a point in the center. So we're familiar with spheres. We have basketballs and oranges and things like that. A circle is in a plane, right? It's two-dimensional. So a sphere is three-dimensional. Okay, so when they talk about area, area of a circle, that's one thing. But this is the area, meaning surface area of the basketball. So like, say you wanted to paint the basketball, how much paint do you need? Or better example, you're going to wrap up the basketball in wrapping paper to give somebody for Christmas. How much wrapping paper do you need? So you're covering the outside or the surface of the ball. And it's called surface area. It is an area measurement, so it will be in square units. So depending on how big the sphere is, it could be feet squared or inches squared or something like that. You can also find the volume of a sphere. So how much air does the ball hold? Or if it's a tank, like you were filling it with water, how much water could you fit in there? Volume is a cubic measurement, so cubic units, like feet cubed or inches cubed, something like that. Now, if you look up, you go to the internet and you Google volume of a sphere, you're not going to see this. This is done for hydraulics. They've already taken in certain calculations. They've put in some of the math for you. Okay, because usually you'll see the volume of a sphere in terms of pi. I think it's like 1/3 pi or something. Okay. And then the radius cubed. Okay, now we're going to talk about a triangle. So, and again, the formula is a little bit different than maybe what you learned in algebra. Usually we say, oh, the area of a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height, something like that. Well, they mean the same thing here. They're just using the height here. So again, you're making a perpendicular from one point of the triangle down to what we call the base, but they're going to call that, though, sorry about that. I don't know why these things happen. The W, the width. Okay, so that's just how they're labeling the triangle. And then you can see the formula there. So a little bit interesting on this one, maybe I'll do an example real quick. Let's say that our width is 10 and our height is 7. Okay, so you're saying the area then of this triangle would be the width times 7 divided by 2. Now, because of the way that it's written, it doesn't really matter which way you do it first, because it's multiplication. You could make 10 over 1 a fraction. So you could go 10 times 7 and go 70 divided by 2, like that, and get 35. And this would be, oh, I didn't put, I'll make them feet, 35 feet squared. Or you could say, well, 10 times 7 divided by 2, I think I should do this part first, 10 times 3.5, but again, that would be 35 square feet. Okay, so just a little example there. Now, let's say you take your triangle, though, and you make a big stack of them, like with the crackers, or I was thinking Toblerone. I'm going to go buy some Toblerone so I can put that in the video. I think that's that candy from Switzerland. They're little triangles. Okay. Or you could think of it as like a tent, right? Okay. So you've got the area of the triangle. Okay, so that we know. W equals, or W times, sorry, H over 2. But then it's going to have a length to it. So how long is that package of Toblerone? Or maybe that's not how you say it. But anyway. That candy, that triangular candy. Okay, and so we multiply by L to get the volume. And then this is going to be a cubic measurement, cubic feet or cubic inches. No, feet cubed. They usually write it this way, cubed feet. feet cubed or inches cubed. Now, sometimes this throws students in math because they're like, well, what do I do with that 3? It's an exponent. It's part of the unit measurement. We're not going to do anything. It's just what we call it, okay? It's just sitting there representing the measurement that we have, that it's in cubic feet, okay?